like the numbers are in, and we are going to end up with today is the day. Finally, it's here. On my way to HHP in Smyrna, Delaware, to drop the car off. They moved my appointment up. It was originally supposed to be Wednesday, the August 21st, was drop off and installation day, and then Thursday, the 22nd, I was supposed to go back for tuning. Well, now it's Monday, and I'm getting to drop the car off a couple days early, which is great since I'm driving to Florida at the end of the week. Not that you care. And on Wednesday, we're going to do the tuning. Now, I'm currently at just under a quarter tank with a 63-mile range, it says, to go 75 miles. I am trying to keep the gas as low as possible. If I have to get off the highway and get a little bit more, put a couple more gallons in, literally 2 or 3 gallons. Trying to keep the needle as close to E as possible, at least close to 1/8 of a tank, because he's going to tune it on 93 on pump, and then it's got to drain that once it's the 93's locked in, and we're going to put MS-109 in. So there's no point. I do not recommend, if you're getting 2 different tunes, to drive to any performance shop with a full tank of gas, unless they tell you to. But if you're getting 2 tunes like I am,
use the right lane to take exit 25 onto Allegheny Avenue toward Castor Avenue.
What? Wants me to get off the highway. Gotta love this GPS. It's ridiculous. So yeah, don't drive to HHP or any place if you're expecting a race gas tune and a pump tune in the same day with a full tank of gas, because they've got to drain that, and it's a pain in the ass, and it's a tedious process. So
take the exit, then turn right onto East Allegheny Avenue.
Out of their mind. I'm going to Delaware. I'm on 995. I don't know why it's telling me to go that way. That's insane. But all right, so I'll check back as soon as we get to the shop here in about an hour and a half or so. All right, so the car is in the back. They're going to get ready to take it into the shop and start installing the parts. I'm going to walk up front and talk to Josh, ask him a couple of questions. Basically have 3 big questions that everybody's been asking me about that I don't know. Is 1, when to pin the crank, when not to pin the crank. Number 2, how many Trackhawks have they tuned? And number 3, is Diablo's TCM tune and everything good to go, and what we're going to do as far as with this heat, how we're going to knock out these tunes. We may only be able to get the 93 pump done, and that's fine. I'll come back in a couple of months and do the MS-109. So let's go inside and see. All right, heading on into High Horse Performance. All right, guys, I'm inside the world-famous Hemi shop here, HHP. Yeah, get a smirk. And I'm sitting here talking to Josh, and believe it or not, this is the first time I've come here where I don't have a billion questions, so I'm not going to annoy the guy too much. I have 3 questions for him, and I'm going to ask him, 1, so this is Josh. This is the guy. This is the person who's going to be doing the tuning. This is the shop. These are the guys. Number 1.
Yes.
Pinning the crank. People always ask me, are you pinning the crank? Why aren't you pinning the crank? And we're only doing an upper pulley, so why wouldn't we be pinning the crank?
There's really no need. Like, pinning the crank, if you really want to take your 6.2 liter and void the warranty, then go ahead and pin the crank. The way it's designed from the factory, it's designed not to be pinned by going from, say, 11 to 15 pounds boost. Or even looking at the Demon and the Red Eyes that are already at that 15-pound mark, none of them are pinned. We're not really putting enough forces on the crank pulley to really spin it. We've been doing this for 5 years. We've probably done more 6.2s than anybody else out there. And the number of cars that have had the crank damper spin is so low on the stock dampers that it's really not a concern.
Right.
We're really not going to encourage customers to blatantly void their warranty if they don't have to. Yes, we are doing aftermarket work. We're entering a gray area when it comes to warranties.
Right.
But we're not going to fast track you to
something that they'll notice right away and go flag
Exactly.
And also, with that said, I swapped from the Metco pulley to the Litton's clutch pulley. Now that's going to help, obviously, because it's clutch.
It's got a decoupler in there, which works almost like a clutch. So it is one of those things where Litton's, from their major manufacturing side, they actually make the factory clutch that IHI and Dodge uses.
Okay.
So it's the same design as the factory. For the most part, very similar from everything we can tell. It is going to take a lot of that unloading.
You got a call? You want to just?
No,
okay.
we have there's a lot of forces on there when you let off.
Right.
The Metco hasn't been too bad. Like some people will actually report the Metcos chirp a little bit. So if you reverse the rotation, not really reverse the rotation, but reverse the acceleration of the blower pulleys, like with the Metco, you can actually, it slips a little bit, and
just like letting off at wide open throttle, chirp.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys who say like Metco pulleys tear up the blower. They don't. We've sold probably more Metco pulleys, if you were to ask them, than anybody else.
Wow.
And we just don't have a long line of guys with torn up blowers. I think a lot of the bearings that go bad out there in the blowers, they've actually stemmed from a lot of times from the install or improper install, guys having to use air tools or just going in and using the air tools, and the snout shafts are probably what fails more than anything.
Right.
And they stretch or they actually crack when you use the air tools on them. So everything has to be done by hand, and I think that's been probably one of the major causes of blowers having issues is improper installation of the pulleys. But the design, the design of the Hellraiser pulley, it's a factory design. It works well.
This Litton's 225 is a Hellraiser, or is it just okay?
They're all Hellraisers.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So they have the 285, the 272. There's a few others going into testing.
Now, with this pulley, we won't need an idler pulley, right? Correct.
No, as far as like extra belts, there's two ways of designing the pulleys, or actually how they use the belts. Like with Metco, we go for a super tight, low stretch belt. So a lot of times you see us use the greenback Gates belt. It is very tough. It does not stretch. So it works well with the Metcos. But when we get to the Lightens, we actually go to an opposite. We go to a belt that actually has some stretch.
Right.
And that stretch is built into the design of taking the load off of the pulley.
Okay.
So they actually go to a looser fitting belt that stretches, and they let the belt tensioner absorb and put the extra force on the pulley and the belt. And there's some parts coming out from Litton's as well. They've redesigned and are getting ready to manufacture an upgraded belt tensioner as well for the blower drive systems. That's really nice. This past weekend got a chance to take a look at it, and it's I want to say about 20-25% more tension on the belt, but it's designed not to affect the bearings in the blower as well.
So with this setup, you wouldn't recommend an idler pulley? Like you wouldn't need it at all?
Not with the Litton's pulleys. Not with the Litton's
pulleys. Okay, no. So that covers that. Another question people always ask, because honestly, there's not many of us that do this online in this community, the Jeep community. So everyone's like, how many Trackhawks have they done? And I know you said you're not sure. Just offhand, how many of you think you've had in here? Ballpark. I'm not the first, which everyone's like, okay. I'm not the guinea pig.
No. We've probably done a couple dozen.
Oh wow. Okay.
And they're really no different than the Hellcats.
Now, between the Hellcat and the Trackhawk, when it came to tuning, TCM specific, because I know Diablo just recently, not too long ago, released an update to get into the TCM. Is everything good with that, TCM wise, and moving the shift points and?
Yeah, I think we've had some good success with them. We're moving the shift points up. We really, on stock valve train 6.2s, we don't go over 6,500.
Okay.
So we've been working our shift points up into that 64, 65, and the Jeeps have responded really well. We have them shifting out, pretty nice.
No limp mode issues and stuff like that. I know a couple of guys, friends of mine, that they were remote tuning. They, you know, while they were data logging, they've had a couple issues where it would go into limp.
There was a learning curve with the 8HP 95s. I think for everybody,
right,
getting in there, and I know we spent a lot of time on the R&D and working with the Autosport, just testing and just chasing our tail just to put a better product out there half the time. All
the modes I'm going to be able to use.
Yep.
Auto, sport. I drive it in track 24/7, so it's pointless to me even ask those, but I'm going to ask in case anybody out there is like, oh, but I drive in auto or I drive in sport. Is it going to affect anything?
No, it's not going to affect anything on the trans tuning.
Okay. And the last thing was with we're doing the 93 pump tune. And we also scheduled 93 or the MS-109. So with cats, we're maxing out what we can do on pump, basically, because we're cats and we're okay, and that's going to take us around 850, I guess, crank.
Probably a little bit more than that. We should
really?
Be a little bit higher than that. Yep.
Okay. All right. You know, that's it. I really didn't get. Believe it or not, I know these people are probably like, you always have a million questions, but these are the three things that came up over and over and over again. And I told you I would talk to the guy in person. This is who I trust. This is who I recommend. There aren't many people I trust with my car. You guys know that. Joe at Custom Coatings, etc. And Josh is the man. So like when I come down here, like I'm 100% confident. And I really appreciate your time doing this for me. I really do. And if you guys need any, I'll be coming back probably next year to go a little faster. So if you need any of the details, we're going to put it down in the description. But this stops one leg. We'll be back here on Wednesday. Not sure what time yet to actually do the dyno tuning, and I'll show you all that soon. So stay tuned. All right, so we're on our way back to HHP. It's going to take a little while. But I'm excited. I'm tired. I'm really tired, but I'm super excited about what the vehicle's going to do now that it's been pulley swapped, larger injectors tuned, etc. The first tuning was supposed to go down last night. Josh was going to put the 93 pump on last night, and then today we're going to do the MS-109. So I'll get to watch that, hopefully, unless he's already there knocking it out since it's 76 degrees out. All right, again, it's going to take an hour and a half. We'll get there, and we'll go right into the shop. Dealing with traffic like this.
There's something inside that I can't ignore. Oh, I feel it tonight. That look in your eyes got me begging for more. Oh, I feel it tonight. There's something inside that I can't ignore. Oh, I feel it tonight. That look in your eyes got me begging for more.
All right, so I just got back down to HHP. It's 7:24. I'm gonna see if Josh is here yet. I still have a half hour before I can go return this rental, but I want to make sure somebody's here and everything's good to go before I take the rental back. Might be back here already. Now we're gonna see if he's back here. All right. Got another Jeep back here. Garage is open. Looks like Josh's car is here. All right. Let's go see if he's here. It's foggy. There he is. What's up, brother? Hey, he's got it all strapped down. He can't see it 'cause it's foggy out.
Yeah, I'm just getting started on it.
I can smell the MS-109.
I'm getting ready to podcast. I couldn't make it in last night.
I hear you. Everything went good with the install and everything?
Yeah, we fired it up yesterday, got the tune on there.
Okay. Awesome. There it is, he's getting set up. I got about 30 minutes and I gotta go take this car back. I wanted to stop here first before I took the rental back, just to make sure. You always gotta make sure everything's good to go. All right, well, Josh has got the Trackhawk warming up. It's on the dyno. He's got this customer's twin turbo fully built Jeep here. Wow, look at that. And Mickey Thompson's on it. Not sure if it's one of the guys in our group, but wow. Twin turbo, nice. All right, so it rained a little bit. The humidity is picking up. He's in the shop getting the car up to speed so he can start tuning. They weren't able to get to the pump gas last night because it was late. So he's going to knock out pump right now, hopefully get to the MS-109 in about 20 minutes. I got to leave to go return this rental car over here, the white Jeep, and then they're going to drive me back over and we'll catch the end of this. It's going to be a long day. I'm assuming it's going to be a long day. Just got back to the shop. Driver from Enterprise just dropped me off. I don't know if number 2 or number 3 just got done, but Josh is getting ready to do yet another pull. We might be almost done the 93 pump. That would be great. We'll see what our numbers are. I hate the fact that I wasn't here, but you know, it is what it is, so. You can smell the fuel. Seems to be coming along pretty good. How's it coming along, Josh? Don't want to bother you while you're in the zone. I leave, you did 2 more pulls. I'm like, what the heck? Say again?
Trying to get it done before it gets too hot.
I hear you, brother. Looking good, keeps going up and up. And it sounds good. It is getting hot out here. Yeah, it's hot. It's like 80 degrees already. He's trying to knock this out before it gets too hot and too humid because it's like an extra 10 degrees here in the shop. We got all the fans going. See, we got the little fan over here blowing. Also got the big fan going. Trying to get enough air to it, trying to cool it down. Some pretty nice numbers for just a pulley and larger injectors. I mean, that's basically it. We've already gone up 100, so it's a little bit over 600 wheel normally. We're at 738 rear wheel. The best I did on the Pro Charge Jeep on MS-109 and 6 PSI was 650. We're almost 100 horsepower more than that. It's pretty impressive. So we'll keep it. He's going to keep at it, and we'll see what we can get. Should be our final pull on MS-109 to see what our numbers are. like the numbers are in, and we are going to end up with 812 horsepower, around 713 torque. So torque stays really close. And let me zoom in for you real fast. And you can see that 812, 713. It looks like that's what we're going to end up with, 813 or 812 at the rear wheels, and 713 in torque. Pretty damn good numbers for race gas on just an upper pulley. All the pulls are done. Josh is reconnecting the front diff. Again, completely safe to bring an all-wheel drive vehicle here. They've done, I don't even know how many Jeep SRTs with WK1s and WK2s over the years. A couple of dozen of the Trackhawks already. But it's completely safe. A lot of other shops do the same thing. Rear wheel dyno jet. Remember, a dyno jet is just a tool for the tuner. That is it. All-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, those numbers don't matter. The only numbers that matter are the numbers at the end of the track when you get that little slip. So he's just going to get this all reconnected, like as you can see. And the last thing to do is to take it out on the street just to make sure everything's good to go. And we'll be out of here shortly. And then we'll do a follow-up, etc. and get this video out for you guys later. All right, I'm in the truck, getting ready to go home. I got to go get gas because I only got a quarter tank. We're done. We are done. I wasn't able to record while we did the street tuning portion of this because I was literally sitting in the passenger seat. I was holding Josh's laptop. We didn't want to make sure the Diablo tether from the Diablo Sport, you know, this. We didn't want that because it was tethered to the laptop. We didn't want the cable to come undone, so I held it. I made sure. We did a pull on the street. A couple pulls. We tried launch control. Holy, oh my God. It broke through launch control, the brakes, and he did a burnout. Like, for a second, it felt like the wheels were just spinning in the back. I mean, when he launched it, it was nothing but, it was pretty freaking awesome. I've never experienced that type of power. It feels like I just went from the SRT to the Trackhawk again. That's how much of a power boost it was. He also was nice enough to give me, well, I had to pay for it, but a case of Madditive Octanium in case I'm going to the track and I don't want to run MS-109. I can throw this in for my 93 and just, you know, run a little safer. Or if I'm on the road and God forbid we hit a gas station that doesn't have 93, I can throw that in and we're good to go. So sorry for the air conditioner. It's loud, I know. I'm ready to get on the road. I'm ready to get on the road. I'm ready to do some spirited driving, and I'm going to go live. So a lot of the stuff you guys are going to see when I update this later, for most of you, you're going to already know. But man, I'll tell you what, this place is the best. And I'm not just pumping that up and just jerking these guys off. I mean it from the bottom of my heart because the quality of the work is done. The way they treat you here, customer service goes hand in hand with the quality of the work. Top notch, 100% across the board. They killed it for my Pro Charge Jeep. 6 PSI, we had Trackhawk power, safe. The thing's still running strong today. And it's going to be, that car's going to be even a bigger beast when he forges that motor. And now, it's literally one day, took one day. They put the parts on yesterday. I come back today. He knocked out the 93 tune and the MS-109 tune for half a morning. And that's it. It's a little after 1 o'clock. I'm finally getting on the road to get back. And I'll have some updates as we go. So let's get rolling first. We need gas. We need to get some gas in this baby. And I also need to adjust this Diablo Sport. If anybody's asking, I'm using the same mount that I bought. This is a custom mount. It's normally a phone mount, but what I did was, you can take the back off of the Diablo, and if anyone was asking me, hey, where did you get that little mount for your phone that you always use live? This is the Diablo mount, because now I got a second one. I just put the phone holder that came with this big mount on the Diablo mount because it's a little shorty.
That's what you said.
And then I put it, the tuner on the back of this. And you can do that, and I can give you the information for Amazon on where to order that if you want it, but I just think it's a little bit better for my situation until I hide the thing completely. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but that's it. All right, let's go get some gas. All right, we're good to go. Everything is check, check, check. Get my Red Bull open. Daddy needs his own little Madditive, his little Octanium for himself. All right, we are back. Full tank of gas. Soft pretzel. Ready to rock. About 900 crank horsepower. Over 800 at the wheel. This is awesome. All right. Let's drive back to Philly. Have a little fun. All right, so we just left High Horse Performance. Technically, we left an hour and a half ago, but I was live talking to a lot of you guys and girls. But I wanted to do a follow-up to wrap this up. And man, I'll tell you what, this drive has been fun. This drive has been a lot of fun. To recap what we did, we went with a 2.85 Litton's coupler or decoupler clutched Hellraiser pulley. Larger injectors, the ID, Injector Dynamics 1050 X-rays, I think they are, over the Demon injectors. I had the Demon injectors originally planned, and then after talking to Josh about future modifications, it was clear to go with larger injectors to meet our fuel needs for next year. So we went with those, and that's pretty much it. Upper pulley only. We didn't do anything else. I mean, all the supporting modifications in the tune, but it is insane. We've got 93 octane. We put down what, 740, 750 horsepower to rear wheels, and on MS-109 we're putting down 801 horsepower. I'm blown away. It blew my expectations out of the water, and just every time I touch this gas, it's hard to stay off of it. It really is. Case in point, I'm about to open it up. It's hard not to push that gas pedal a little further than an inch, because anything past a half an inch and it starts to open up really fast. Not even exaggerating. You put your foot on the gas, you just lightly press, and you can get up to speed with everybody else. There's no pressing the pedal, just a light rest, and it starts to go. Once you get on it, about a half inch to an inch, it starts just wide open. And a lot of you guys already know what I'm talking about, so this isn't news to some of you. Whew. I'm tired. It has been a long 2 days. All the excitement, my cheeks hurt from smiling so much. My side hurts. I pulled a muscle laughing. Who does that? Who pulls a muscle laughing? This guy. Oh my God. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to thank once again Josh and everybody at HHP for the hospitality, for making me feel like you're a part of the crew when you're there. Nobody like turns a cold shoulder to you. Everybody's friendly. Everyone keeps you in the loop. You can talk to anyone there. Also for the professionalism and getting the job and knocking it out of the ballpark once again. They did my Pro Charge Jeep, loved it. Now they did the Trackhawk. I'm absolutely impressed with this. I'm almost like sad that I'm like, you know what, we should have did this and go back more power, but 200 more horsepower over what the base was from the start. Who would not be happy with that? We're estimating it's got to be over 900 at the crank. I mean, if it's putting down 801, actually, excuse me, I'm wrong. 812. It's putting down 812 horsepower at the wheels, at the rear wheels. It's got to be around 900 plus, you know, like with a 15% drivetrain loss. Cannot wait to get to the track. Unfortunately, it's almost 100 degrees out today. ACO is going to be hot as balls. Not going there. I'm going to go home and rest and, you know, get the car cleaned up and get ready for our road trip. But that's it. If you have any questions for me, shoot me a message below. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Also hit that little bell notification. Please subscribe. I really appreciate that when you click that subscribe button. And last but not least, you guys and girls be safe. I'm out.